As you can see, I have all kinds of videos on here. I hope you like them, find them informational, enlightening, and maybe entertaining. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think of these by giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thank you. As promised, I'm going to show you how I flush this system out. So, mine's going to be pretty simple. I've got all these quick releases on them. I just pull them down, pull them up. There we go. Unhook that one. This is the fresh water. Well, this is not the fresh water. The fresh water one is this one. I'd already unhooked it. This goes into my cabin, into the RV, goes through here, and then through the filter, and then into the RV. So what I do is I unhook that one because I don't want to be putting water in there. Then I hook this up because I want the filter taken off. We'll set it down there. Now then, what I want to do there is I want to hook up my auxiliary hose, which I'll show you in a minute. This just takes the water while I'm cleaning it, takes the water and shoots it down over to the drain over there. So now I'm going to unhook the fresh water for now, because I'm going to hook up my air hose to it, like so. Then I'm going to turn on my air compressor, which is down here. And there's my little air compressor. All I'm going to do is turn that on, and that will shoot air up through here. Through that, it'll blow all the extra water out of there. It'll take it down that line. I know it's confusing, but stay with me. That line right there. And that'll take it over here where we can flush it out later by just dropping that down in there, like so. So now let's turn on the air compressor, and you'll see it blow out a little bit of the water that's in there, and that gives me plenty of room for salt. And let's get this up here where I can see it from over there. You'll see the water come out of there. It don't take long to blow it out. So turn on the little air compressor. Now I'm just cleaning out all the water that's in the soft water tank. And that's enough right there. So now I turn it off. We're done with that. We're done with the air compressor. So put this in the tripod again. All right. Now I just unhook the air compressor. It's done. I can pack that up. We're done with that. Then I take my fresh water and hook it back up, because what I'm going to do now is, hopefully you can see that, pour the salt in there as soon as I find my funnel. Now that I've got my funnel, I'm going to take the little wrench, make sure I can see what we're seeing. Yep. I'm going to take this little top off. This is not tight at all, so don't be over tightening the damn thing. Okay. That was barely hand tight. You take this part out. Keep that back there. Okay, take this part out. Set it aside. Open up your salt. Now, if it's outside, you just pour the salt in it. But I gotta have a funnel because I can't get up in there. Now then, I'm gonna take the salt. I'm gonna fill this thing up like so. Put my finger over it to hold the salt in. Fill that thing up with the salt. Takes 2 pounds of salt. That'd be about $1 worth of salt, because I think it's about 49 cents a piece. Put the salt in it like that. Way too much crap in here. Take the rest of the salt, finish this one off. And we're having to do this about every 2 weeks because we are washing clothes in there with this soft water. Okay. There we go. Now you want to take water and wash this salt off here. You don't want any in the threads. And it'll settle down in there. There it goes, little bubble. Won't hurt nothing. All right, we got that clean. So, now we put the plug back in it. I don't even know if you need a wrench to snug that. Don't take much. You notice I'm just barely touching it. That's tight enough. If it leaks, I'll tighten it up more. So we got that full of salt. What I'm going to do is add just a touch of water by turning this one on, and just a touch. I just want to put a little water in there. Then we're going to let it sit for 20 minutes. Okay, to recap all this, because it's kind of confusing, all these hoses I got going on. This is your fresh water supply from over there. That feeds it right down through there. That feeds this tank, which this tank goes into the house. So this is where the filter hooks up on this side. So the water comes through the filter normally and then goes into here, okay? Don't want you to be confused. And that's the hose here. This will hook up to the filter. I'll show you that in a minute. Rather than unscrew all these hoses all the time, the quick fitting deal, just slip them on and you know, you're ready to go. So that's how that'll work. But right now this is hooked up to it, so we can take the salty water that's going to come out of there when we flush this, and it's going to run down and then into the sewer line over there. That's this hose right here. Then you got the brown hose over there. That's the one I use when I'm flushing out the sewer tank. And if you haven't seen that video yet, you will. I'll hook that right to there, and that flushes out the black tank. And I'll leave that running from anywhere from 10 minutes to a half hour, depending on if I got free water and a lot of time. And you just leave this pulled out, the black water out, while you're flushing it. And it just flushes your tank out. And then you push that back in, shut your water off, no problem. Do not leave that shut while you're flushing your black tank, because it's putting water into your black tank, which will come up out of your toilet and all over your house if you do it that way, so don't. So I hope you got that all understood. I'm going to take this whole unit and probably move it back a little further. I don't know. I had it underneath this beam here and I couldn't get the salt in it. I had to move it forward a little bit, so I'll have to move it back a little bit. But to hook everything up, no big deal. Just slides back and forth. Okay, that's all I want to tell you about that, so you get confused. And when you do this, you might want to make sure you let the pressure off your hoses before you unhook everything, so you don't get soaked. And I do that by just opening up my cold water and my hot water up just a little bit down here. These are the low points, and that'll drain the pressure off, then shut them right back up. I just got to take the pressure off. You don't have to drain the water out because you just don't need to. So that's that. Now then, let's wait for the stuff to settle in there, and the salt right now is in there, and it's going around all them things and soaking it because there's a little water in there, so it's soaking on that, and that'll clean up your particle beads in there that makes your soft water, and then you flush it out to get rid of that taste, and then you're good to go for another couple weeks or so. Well, we've waited 25 minutes. Let that soak. Now we're going to come over here, we're going to turn on this water. So it's going to come into the soft water tank on the inside, the inflow side. The outflow side is going to come right here. So we just turn it on a little bit here. We just want it to trickle. Barely cracked. Now we're going to let this run until it tastes good. I'm not going to turn it any higher up than right there. See how she's trickling? I don't know if you can see that or not. Should be able to. The sun's getting on the wrong eye. That's too much water. I don't want that much. I just want to trickle. So let's get her down to... What about a pencil's width of trickling? That's looks pretty good right there. If it'll stay there. That's all I want. I just want it to slowly take the water out. Now we're going to let that run, like I said, until it tastes good. I'll dare guarantee you it don't taste good right now. I'm going to give it probably 15 minutes before I even try to taste it. But that's how much trickle you want. Right there. So, we'll wait for that. And then once that's tasting good, we just hook everything right back up just the way it was. We're good to go. So, another waiting time. Alright, we got sweet tasting water. It's been 25 minutes or so. Now then, we just got to replace all this stuff. This is the one that goes, unhook it like so. That's my drain hose, freshwater drain hose. Now I put this back on here like so. That's on. Now I take my RV water hose, the one that goes inside the RV, clip it right on here like that, and that's all hooked up. We got nice sweet tasting water. Had to move this out a little bit because I hit this beam with my funnel. Ain't no big thing, just slid it out a little bit, get the funnel up in there. You won't have that problem if you don't put it in there. So that's that. She's ready to go. I'm going to turn on the water, and good sweet tasting water, nice and soft. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Turn it on. Thanks for viewing. Many ways to do this. This is just my way.